What's up, friends? My name's Aaron Ciotti. I don't know if it's working. There it is. Everybody calls me Ciotti. You can call me whatever you'd like. Welcome to Monday giveaways and Q&A, and we're going to be talking FPVCycle 2104s and Hero 10. Look at that silly thing. Mainly just weight in terms of this, but yeah, I blew up my 8 and I returned it, and the prices came down on these, and it was only like an extra $100 versus the 8, so I said, what the hell? So now I've got an 8 and a 10. Actually, I'll grab the 8 in a little bit. This looks interesting. I changed a couple of things over here. I wanted to put a blue filter on this, but I forgot. So let me just turn it down a little bit. There we go. That's better. Welcome, friends. Let me get the chat going. I got bit by. I'm very allergic to ants for some strange reason, and I got bit by one, and now my foot is jacked up. It's also very bright in here. Why is it so bright in here? Will this let me adjust the aperture with just this wheel? Nope. Stand Stand by, friends. We gotta go and hold this button, and then it'll let me. Nope, that ain't it. Where's the, where is it? What are we doing here? Hold on. Hold on, what's that? What's that button do? Oh boy. Oh boy, that's not the right button. Q. Is Q the right button? Q ain't the right button. No. Well, I don't know how to use my own camera, so, you know, there's that. Well, I can just do this, though. 1, 2, 3. So that'll underexpose it, and then I just gotta try to remember to fix that afterwards. Let's see if that's any better. Oh, yeah. That's way better. That's way better. I actually went a little bit too far, but that's okay. We're going to do giveaways at about 11, like we usually do. And, yeah. We'll have some fun here tonight. So the studio's still, you know, kind of torn apart. Haven't painted. I was going to paint tomorrow, but now the air conditioning repair people aren't coming till Wednesday, so the painting's got to wait. But it'll be a little bit cooler looking in here sooner than later. In the chat, Great Southern FPV and RC, Paul McDonald, B-Man, Frank Nicholas, Aircon, Sleepy CBR, Tuner Taxi, Imp FPV, Myopic FPV, Left Step, Ed K, Chopper, Paul McDonald, Frosty Worldwide. Is Frosty Worldwide, is that related to Prestige Worldwide? Who knows what Prestige Worldwide is? Danish Stallion's in the house. What's up, homie? Glenn Burnett. I think I got everybody. I got to meet Danish Stallion at Rampage, which was super cool. You guys should subscribe to his channel because he's just hysterical and a great pilot. And god damn it, if that's not a killer combination, I don't know what is. One of the funniest FPV pilots
in the world.
I gotta get that on the. Oh, I have it on the. Oh, it's not working though. I have it on the Stream Deck, but for some reason it doesn't work. I gotta figure the Stream Deck out. I haven't spent any time. Restyle is here as well. What's up, friends? If you want to talk directly to me, all I gotta do is type CiottiFPV, and it'll light up an orange, and I'll know that you're talking to me. If you don't do that, I'll assume you're talking amongst yourselves, which is a good thing because the people that hang out in here are amazing. And so, yeah. Hang out with the beautiful people in the chat. You'll have a good time. And then if you want me to answer something, just tag me. What's red? What's red over here? Where's this? Where's that red coming from? That's weird. Huh. Prestige Worldwide, baby. Oh, okay. So now that's... Now this white light is a little bit too dim. There we go. That's better. That's pretty cool, actually. That's one of those closet lamps that I've been using forever. Like this. It's this closet lamp here, and it's just magnet to the ceiling, to the metal supports for the drop ceiling. Great Southern says, tried those low race channels yet? I have not. I haven't. I don't really fly much anymore. Yeah, I gotta put like a note in my phone with those or something like that. B-Man says, what's good? Imp FPV says hi. Corey Gamble says, I'm on a boat. Jonathan Lewis says, was wondering how to set up a dynamic idle. At this point, if you just roll your mouse over the little question mark next to it, the little tooltip will pop up, and the tooltip is like a perfect description of it. Basically, you're going to put it at 30 for the low end, 40 for the high end, and that's kind of it. 4.3 just sort of takes care of it from there, and you're good to go. So, yeah, it's now pretty straightforward. What's happening with this? Okay, so this light is doing that little thing. So I can also take this light, and I could, technically... What'll happen if I do this? Oh, that's interesting. Alright, well, that's nice to know. Keep it over here for now. All right, cool. So let's dive in here. What are we doing? Man, I brought the camera down a little bit too low. Let me see if I can feel the button on the back of it. I don't want to have to walk over there again. Ooh, that's the one. There we go. That's better. That's better. Alec Dvornik says the studio is looking really nice. Good to see you on tonight. Thank you, brother. It's gonna get so much nicer once this top and bottom of this wall is painted. It's gonna look a lot better. Right now, I'm just like plastering this wall with colored lights to try to get like at least a little bit of color in here. But yeah, once these two walls are painted, I won't have to hit them so hard with colored lights, and then I can kind of play hitting this big old cube here with some colored lights to see what that kind of does. So yeah, it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. And I also need to get the lava lamp back up. The lava lamp is right here next to me, but the bulb burned out. I think it got smacked during the move. Or maybe we just ran the damn thing long enough to burn the bulb out. You never know. So yeah, I don't know where the lava lamp's gonna go quite yet. Maybe up here. Maybe it'll be like on the corner here. Not totally sure, but we'll figure it out. It'll be good. B-Man says I had to change my credit card on Patreon a little while ago, but I'm here. But I'm still here if it says otherwise. Sounds good, B-Man. Alex says, I would keep it white if you're playing with colored lights, but that's just me. The colored lights look nice. Yeah, I mean, keeping it white is a real challenge for where the lights can be and where they're going to spill, since I've got a lot of different angles going on. And I'm just kind of tired of that. Like, I've been living in apartments for over 20 years, not painting my walls colors. I'm ready for walls with color on them. And yeah, it'll just make my life a lot easier because I can throw white light at the back wall, and there'll be purple paint and there'll be red paint to jump out. And then with what I can do with colored lights is basically color this white IKEA cabinet, which is kind of what's happening right here. So yeah, it'll make my life a lot easier, and I think it'll also look a lot cooler. So just stay tuned. You'll see some cool stuff happening. Demo FPV says, hey, CiottiFPV and Collective, and we're all caught up. Verdi didn't tag me, so I don't know if he's talking to me or not, but he said, have you tried shot glass 2-inch? I have not. My shot glasses are 2 ounces, not 2 inches. What is shot glass 2-inch? I don't know what that is. All right, let's dive into some GoPro weights. Let me grab my 8. And my little bag over here. That's not it. There it is. So all of my rigs. Okay, so the intro was filmed on this Cinewoop that's actually on the table right now. Hey, by the way, this is on the other camera body. This should be 1080. Does it look any better? Can you guys tell? It should look a little bit cleaner than yesterday's stream. Maybe not though. OBS is acting kind of funny. Like, I have the preset set to 1080, but then it says auto select 1280 by 720. So I don't know what's quite happening with that. But maybe I don't know. Does it look better? You guys tell me. 6S1 says the Drone Co. Productions Shot Glass 2 Cinewoop. Ah, okay. I don't have any naked GoPros, so I don't really have a use or need for anything 2-inch. A 2-inch rig is going to be way too small for a full-size GoPro. At some point, I will cut my Hero 6 up and make a naked GoPro out of it, but man, it's a lot of work, and I just I just don't feel like it. I just don't feel like it. The whole naked GoPro thing, it's like, you know, I have a Hero 6 that works really well right now. And then I'm going to hack it to bits, and maybe it's never going to work again. And that's kind of, I don't know, that's awful risky. There's a lot to lose. And then with the naked GoPro comes a lot of uncertainty. You know, do I accidentally unplug it and lose all the footage? Like, is it so fragile that it just explodes? So I don't know. The Cinesplores with the Hero 8 are a hell of a thing. I would still love to have a naked GoPro though. It would be cool to have an ultra lightweight rig. But yeah. Paul McDonald says, if I run 5 blades on the new FPVCycle 3600 motors, should I expect them to be a little warmer than the previous version on 5 blade? What are the 3600 motors? What the hell does that mean? What's a 3600 motor? I don't. What would 3600 be referring to? Certainly not KV. 3600. What's the? Yeah, I need to know what the FPVCycle 3600 motor is. I don't know what that is. Glenn Burnett says, any thoughts on the RunCam Thumb Pro? Obviously not for a professional job. I have no idea. I've never used the original RunCam Thumb. I haven't even seen any footage from the Thumb Pro. I'm sure there's some reviews though of it that exist to give you some idea. I have absolutely no clue. That thing came out right when I was like super hot and heavy with the move, so I've just been sort of out of FPV world for a little bit here, but slowly getting back into it as things kind of settle down a little bit. 661 FPV says, also curious what you think about Dronco Productions' full line of Cinewhoops. He makes them in all prop sizes. I don't really know much about them, if anything. I had a really weird interaction with Chris on Facebook a couple of weeks ago. I assumed that he didn't know who I was because he was talking to me like I was an asshole. And I kept my cool, and then at some point in the conversation, he said he knows exactly who I am. And I was like, oh, well, I wish you hadn't said that, because now I just, you know, now it's like you knew who I was and you were treating me like, and you were talking to me like an asshole. So that was super weird. So yeah, after that, I don't really have any interest in, you know, there's already so many frames. It's, you know, so when something like that happens for me, it's like, cool, a bunch less stuff to think about. And I know that sucks for you guys, but yeah, I have to focus on, that helps me out quite a bit. When a whole line of products is, I don't have to worry about it anymore, like, that's great. So yeah, it is what it is. The frames that I have found are phenomenal, and I can't imagine that what he's got is any better. I would be surprised if it was better. If it is better, it's not going to be significantly better. Certainly not enough to change everything and go to all new stuff. So yeah, I don't know. But that sucked. You know, I was trying to help out. I was trying to help somebody out who was stuck on a 1507 rig with hot motors, and you know, like, I have quite a bit of experience with that. And yeah, I wasn't, and he picked a fight with me, so whatever. Moving on. What do we got here? June Logo says, you still owe us some whoopage from last night. I know, as soon as I ended the stream last night, I realized that you're gonna have to wait till Wednesday, though. Tonight, you know, we've got giveaways. I don't have any batteries charged. So yeah, Whoop Wednesday, we're gonna fly around here for sure. I actually did fly the 2 batteries that I was charging during the stream last night. I did fly them at like midnight, and yeah, that's only like the second time that I've flown in here, and it's interesting. It's down here in the basement is it weirdly feels smaller than the apartment was. I think because the apartment had the vaulted ceilings, and then upstairs is wild. Right now, upstairs is a little treacherous because all the ceiling fans are on like full banana pants. So if I fly the Tiny Whoop into one of the ceiling fans, it's gonna be a complete demo. It's gonna completely annihilate its face. So when I was flying upstairs, I was being like really careful and that is not good. Like I can't fly properly when I'm being careful like that. So, but yeah, it's super fun. I'm very curious how the little VTX is gonna VRX rather is gonna deal with it, but it'll be cool. It's once I've got some of the Tiny Whoop cube set up, it's gonna be kind of crazy to fly around here. Elijah Butler says best GoPro plan for replacements and such. Best Buy Geek Squad warranty is completely unmatched. If you can't get that for some reason, the GoPro protection plan is a pretty good deal. They'll replace 2 GoPros a year for like $5 a month, so that's pretty good. And then if you go through Amazon and you do Assurion, make absolutely sure that you're getting the Assurion protection that covers physical damage. There are 2 different Assurion protections. One of them's cheaper and is just a glorified manufacturer's warranty that doesn't cover damn near anything. The more expensive Assurion can cover physical damage, and that's the one that you want. So I think Amazon would be my second choice if you can get that Assurion, the right Assurion protection, and then I think GoPro would be my my last option. Keep in mind that with the GoPro protection plan, it's not a free replacement. There is a deductible, $50, $80, $100. It depends on what camera it is, but it's still a whole hell of a lot cheaper than just buying a whole fresh GoPro. So it's a really good deal. Speaking of, we've got 2 GoPros here. One of them is an 8, one of them is a 10. We're gonna get some weights going here in a second. I just need to. So I always remove the little bracket from the bottom here. It's 8 grams that I never ever use. It's already removed on my 8, and I want to make sure this is a fair fight. So I'm gonna remove it on the 10 real quick here. There's a chance that by removing this, it makes it not waterproof. I don't know if that's true or not. My 8 did die from going for a swim in a pool. So you've been warned. There's a chance that removing this little bracket, I don't think so. I really don't think so. But I don't know. Come on, man. Where's the right size Allen key for these little guys? What is happening? That one was 0.9. This one is 1.3. Where's the one in the middle? Where's the 1.1? That's 1.5. Tell me I didn't lose it. 0.7. 9. Is it the 9 and I'm just being stupid? No, it's not. It's the 1.1. Where's the 1.1? 7? What? What is happening? Is this real life? Oh, there it is. There it is. I got it. These are stars, aren't they? Yeah, there we go. So it's a T5 that you need to remove these little guys, and it's just got 4 little screws on the bottom. Blizzard FPV with a $2 Canadian super chat. He says Skywolf 7-inch looks neat. Thank you very much, Blizzard. 7-inch is nuts. What are the oh, I missed a bunch of chat comments. Yeah, 7-inch is kind of crazy. Is there like a solid motor for that yet, or is it still like everybody uses a different motor, total Wild West style? Thanks again, brother. Hey, by the way, this is my full-time job. If you want to support me, you can do a super chat, or you can head on over to CiottiFPV.com. I'd rather you head over to CiottiFPV.com and hop onto the Patreon page. We are doing 4 giveaways tonight. 3 of those 4 giveaways are going to be for patrons. If you join now, you can get in on those giveaways. One of the giveaways is going to be super chat and PayPal based. So for some reason, if you don't want to join the Patreon, you can still get in on that last giveaway. Yeah, it doesn't make it not waterproof. It does not. Those screw holes are closed. It's fine. Patreon helps me out the most. There's an Etsy store for some cool swag and a Teespring store as well. There's also a Fiverr page. You can work one-on-one with me. I worked with somebody today on build planning to get him into a custom build that's going to have all the right components to work exactly for the way that he flies, how he crashes, where he flies, what he does with the footage, all that good stuff. So he can now, you know, he spent $40 or whatever the hell it is to spend some time with me. Now he can go buy the right parts, and if he doesn't buy the wrong ESC or flight controller or set of motors, the session just paid for itself. I can't stress to you guys enough what a difference it makes to actually get the right components on a build. It really is. It's the difference between bind and flies and custom builds, right? Like, custom building a rig is pointless unless you pick the right parts. So yeah, do that. Hero 8 with the bottom bracket removed. Verity says, so do you think 2 inches a waist, just better to go 2.5 inch? More than likely, yes. 2 inch is, you know, there's like a 1/2 inch difference in the width of the rig, maybe an inch difference, and that's just not enough to justify the difference in efficiency. 2 inch props are a lot less efficient than 2.5. 118 grams for the Hero 8 with the little thing removed. Hero 10, my God, you can just feel how fat it is. That's actually not that bad. 145. So 145 versus 118. All right. I mean, I don't love it, you know, but it's not 30 full grams. Let's do this. Let's pull the batteries from them. I wonder what the raw camera weighs in each case. So the 10 without a battery is 113. The 8 without a battery is 94. That's kind of not surprising. The cameras themselves are only roughly 10 grams apart. It's just the battery. The 10 has the stupid ass front screen, which is going to suck battery power, and then it's just got a more powerful processor. You know, the sensor has more pixels on it, so it requires a bigger battery, a physically bigger battery, to be able to give you the whatever. I'm sure they have like a target runtime, you know. So the Hero 8 battery is 23.5 grams. The 10 battery is 32.5 grams. Jesus. Yeah, so there you go. There are a couple of weights for you. So one of the reasons, and I didn't talk about this last night, but one of the reasons that I moved to these that I wanted to move to these 2104 motors from the 2004s is because I had a feeling that I was going to end up going to the Hero 10. Being able to do 4K in 60 frames on the cinematic side of things is kind of nice. When with the Hero 8, when I explained to a director of photography or producer or whoever it may be, that in order to get them 60 frames a second, I have to go down to 2.7K, they always pull a little bit of a face. And like, I get it. I totally get it. To be honest, I almost bought a... and then, you know, I'll have a conversation with them about, like, you know, look, you're not gonna be cropping on my footage, and nobody is really gonna, like, question the quality of the footage, because it's gonna be moving, the camera is gonna be moving in a way that's like, holy shit. But, you know, it just sucks to have to, like, justify it. You know, it's easier to just be like, what do you want for 60 frames, 2.4 or 4K? You probably won't see a difference. They're always going to say 4K, but, you know, whatever. So yeah, it's to be honest, I almost bought the 9, because the 9 will do 60 frames in 4K, but this was only an extra $50, and I don't think it's that much heavier. Can somebody look up the weight of the 9 versus the 10 and drop it in chat if you don't mind? Hold on, I'm gonna do it. We got this. 9 weight. Hero 10 weight. Hero 10 is 158 grams. Is that right? Is that what we just weighed it at? Put the big battery back in there. That number does not sound familiar for some reason. Is it really 158? No, it's 100. Oh, because I removed the thing. Yeah, 145. Well, okay, so 148 for the 10. What? No, 158. Wow, they weigh exactly the same. Okay. Cool. That makes me very happy. I just had this moment where I was like, oh, you idiot. You could have gotten a slightly lighter camera that does exactly what you wanted. The 10 will do 120 frames in, I believe it's, don't quote me on this, I believe it's 4K 16:9 only. And 120 frames is kind of interesting for doing, like, if you have a subject that's, like, really moving around quickly. So, yeah. What I was saying a minute ago, though, about the 2104 motors is that one of the big reasons that I wanted to step up to these is that I had a feeling I was going to be moving up to the heavier GoPro. And I just had a feeling that it ended up being, what, 30 extra grams? 30 extra grams on the nose, right? That's another big part of the problem. That's 30 grams all the way as far forward as possible. Would kind of take a rig that was sort of perfect, like the amount of power that it made was kind of perfect, and put it into a place where it was feeling a little bit fat. So, Cinesplores are going to gain a considerable amount of weight here moving to these 2104 motors. I got to be honest. I think what I'm going to do is build a, or just have the Tooth Fairy, which is a little bit lighter, have that rig be the Hero 8 carrying rig. It's a little bit lighter. I don't have Hero 10 mounts for it. I have Hero 10 mounts for the Cinesplores. So yeah, I think the Cinesplores are going to be Hero 10 carriers, and the Tooth Fairy is going to turn into a Hero 8 carrier. What that'll also allow me to do is really get to see how the performance was impacted going up to a heavier motor and a heavier camera. So at least temporarily, I'm only going to put these FPVCycle 2104s onto the two Cinesplore rigs, which is kind of perfect because the Tooth Fairy is on the Axis 2004s, which are a higher KV. They're like 3,700 KV. So that'll be like a nice fair fight between the Fat Boy Cinesplores on the 2104s and the Tooth Fairy 2 on the Axis 2004s. Because I'll be able to motor limit those Axis motors down a little bit, like maybe 95% or 92%, so that they're the exact same KV as these guys. And then, yeah, that'll be like a control, and we can just test for all up weight and stator volume. So that'll be kind of fun. I'm looking forward to doing that for sure. Blizzard, thanks again for the super chat. Much appreciated. Danzo the Terrible says, hey, Collective. Good to see you. Sorry I'm late. Does that framed pic say butt dynos? It certainly does. Butt dyno is what us car nerds, when we put a new exhaust on, we go drive the car and we go, oh, it feels faster. That's your butt dyno. Your butt is what feels like G-force and bumps in the road and shit like that. It doesn't actually feel G-force, but, you know, your inner ear does. But, yeah, we call that the butt dyno. Going out and driving a car and being like, oh, it feels like it's got 500 horsepower. That's your butt dyno. Kevin Sumner says, what are some of your favorite Tiny Whoop canopies? I need something that fits a 14mm canopy, camera. I have not I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I have not started testing the 14mm canopies yet. I have a bunch. I don't know which one is good, though, because I just have not done a build yet. I'm going to be building a Vista toothpick that's going to have one of those canopies, and I'm also going to be building a... I thought I was building something else that's going to use a 14mm camera. Maybe not. Might just be the Vista toothpick. But, yeah, I'll try out a couple different canopies on that rig. There's a clear canopy that that has front, back, left, and right mounting holes. It looks like it's a little bit heavier, but it looks super stout. So I would maybe look for that. It's probably a Mobula canopy. P-Man says, how fast is Banana Pants? It's pretty fast, man. It's pretty fast. Where are we at here? YouTube just did the thing. Scrolling back up. Kevin Sumner dropping the Patreon link. Thank you, brother. Tuner Taxi says, 30mm FPVCycle motors are not letting me down at all so far. Yeah, the FPVCycle motors are really good. So the 30mm, what's the stator height on those, Tuner Taxi? Do you happen to know? Athix has a 7-inch Octo. Jesus Christ. With 25mm motors. Those are pretty small. I don't even like... I've got the 25mm motors on 5.5-inch props, and I don't even like it on those. I want more stator volume, but I freestyle those rigs, so that's kind of different. It depends. You know, long range is a whole different situation than freestyle. So it depends on what you're doing. Metal Dirtskin says, Hero 9 and 10 batteries are interchangeable, and they use the same mount, so the Hero 8 is like an orphan. Hero 8 is kind of like an orphan. Yeah, I have 4 Hero 9 mounts. When the Hero 9 first came out, I scrambled and went and bought a bunch of these mounts because I thought I was going to buy the 9, but then enough time went by where I was like, well, shit, I'm just going to wait, and hopefully the 10 is the same chassis. And it was, thank God. So yeah, I've got these mounts ready to go. Yeah, it's the 8 is all alone, and I have a whole shitload of TPU for the 8. But that's fine because the weight difference between these two is significant. The weight difference between this and the 765 is not significant, but this really is. This is a huge jump in weight between these two cameras. So. And the 8 is significantly better than the 7. If nothing else, then the fact that you can use the 8 on real steady. So, yeah. Although, I wonder if the new real steady will work with the 7. I don't think it will. But Gyroflow will. So I've heard. Kmart FPV didn't tag me, but he asks a really good question. Do you have an Action 2? I'm assuming he's talking to me. For the future, Kmart, if you want to talk directly to me, do what these folks below you did and just type CiottiFPV into your comment. When you type CiottiFPV, for me, it lights up in orange, so I know you're talking to me. Action 2, no, I do not have one, and I will not be buying one. The fisheye of the lens on that for me makes the footage unwatchable. I just think it looks horrible. I literally, like, if somebody has they're flying up on Instagram or YouTube and it's through an Action 2, I turn it off. I just can't do it. I just think it looks terrible. It like gives me this weird vertigo, and I just think it looks bad. You know, maybe I'm an idiot, but hey, you're watching me, so. Yeah, it's hopefully they figure that out on the Action 3, because it's a great camera. It's super durable. It's very lightweight. There's so many things I like about it, but with a camera, one of the biggest considerations is the pictures that it takes. And in my opinion, the pictures that the Action 2 takes look like ass. So, not my deal. But hopefully they get that straightened out on the Action 3, because yeah, it's a really intriguing camera. Mutterdirtskin says here, we got that. Steady Eddie says, got to work early, heading into bed, just sent 10 by PayPal. I'll catch up on what I missed in the morning. Night all. Thanks very much, Steady Eddie. We'll get you on the wheel. 661 says, Kmart, if you ask him a question, tag him. Oh, thanks, 661. Perfect. You guys are the best. Verity says, what's your suggestion on how many amps more for the ESC compared to motor amps, so it won't fry the ESC when it crashes in terms of amp spikes? So good question, Verdi. So the amp rating means pretty much nothing. The manufacturer is what means everything with ESCs. You can get a 500 amp ESC that's made by one of these shittier companies, and it'll blow up in the first crash. The amp rating is only there for when you go full throttle, basically. And the simple rule of thumb is that less than 5 inches, you pretty much never need more than 25 amps. If you really want to be safe, 30 amps. 5-inch freestyle rigs, you want to be 35 to 45 amps minimum. All of my freestyle rigs are on 35 amp ESCs, and some of them have been through literally thousands of batteries and more crashes than that. I usually crash at least once per battery. And so, yeah, ESCs and just electronics in general made by Acon. Acon also makes the T-motor, the nice T-motor stuff, not their budget stuff, the good T-motor stuff. They just don't break. There are some people that have had good luck with Hobbywing ESCs. I have had terrible luck with Hobbywing ESCs. Most of the people that have had good luck with Hobbywing are sponsored by them. So, you know, when you get them for free, you don't really care when they blow up. I don't get much of anything for free. So I pay really, really, really close attention to durability. And so, yeah. A really good question, though, Verity. Metal Dirksen says, did you see there are 3.5-inch arms for the Tooth Fairy now, and you can get little carbon guards for them? Seems promising. I did see that. I almost bought a set, but, you know, what I realized is, like, the Tooth Fairy arms for the ducts space the motor out enough for you to run 3.5-inch props. Yes, it looks silly to have a big piece of carbon out here, but if I'm really honest, this is the dual camera rig that I was flying in Salt Lake City, and when I was testing and this thing fail-safed and slammed, the end of having this extra bit of carbon here actually protected it really well. And it didn't even bend a prop. And I was just kind of like, oh. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, I mean, I would not suggest, like, don't... If you keep hitting these, it's gonna break at the hole and you're not going to be able to mount your duct. But, yeah, if you, like, smack it once or twice, you're probably going to be fine. So yeah, once I realized that, I was kind of like, well, screw it. If I want to run 3.5-inch props, I'm just going to pull the ducts and then just throw them on these and just be done with it. If you're going to build a Tooth Fairy 2 as a freestyle rig, that's pretty cool. I'm tempted to do that, the little carbon fiber guards are interesting. I mean, you can't fly around people with those, but you could fly those around like cars. Although they are carbon fiber and there's like screws close by, and like I wouldn't want to fly that around an expensive car. Because yeah, carbon fiber plus clear coat is the carbon fiber is probably going to win. So yeah, those little guards are super interesting for like a drift event. That would be amazing, because those guys don't care about the way the cars look because they get run into by other cars. So, but yeah, if you're flying around people or expensive objects, I would say absolutely not. Those carbon fiber guards are not going to prevent scratches. Even like flying through a home, right? Like doing a home tour. If you rub one of those carbon fiber ducts against the wall, it's probably going to put a mark in the paint that doesn't easily come out with like a magic eraser. So, yeah, the whole prop guard thing is a slippery slope. As in, like, what is it really going to protect you from? Like, really think long and hard about, like, is this actually going to work? And don't just, it'll be fine. Because, yeah, you don't want to be that guy. Or girl. What do we got here? YouTube just did the thing, of course, scrolling back up. Good question so far, guys. June Logo says, wouldn't you count the weight with the 3D mount also? Technically, yes, but I mean, the 3D printed mounts are so similar that it's probably only like a gram or two different. So yeah, they're the body is roughly the same size. So yeah, I don't think it would be. I don't think like the TPU would be like 5 or 10 grams heavier. All right. Jason Black says, took your advice and got the T-Motor 1404 4600s for the Baby 8 Pro. Big thanks. Any advice for Cetus Pro motor replacements? Not really. The Cetus Pro comes with arguably the best motors, although they are a little bit of a low KV. So, the Cetus Pro comes with BetaFPV's 1102s. Oh, but you know what? If you can get that thing onto 2S, then those motors are gonna rip. If it's, I don't know if that board will take 2S though. It probably won't. So if you're stuck on 1S, move that thing over to the T-Motor 0803 22,000s. That'll get you a pretty significant jump in performance. You might also move that onto bi-blades. So this is a 75 millimeter motor-to-motor rig, so 1.6 inch props. The 1.6 inch bi-blades, you could probably get away with the Happy Model 0802 25,000 kV motor. That might be your best bet. So that's less stator volume but more KV. The T-Motor 0803 22,000, you could probably run that on like a tri-blade, or the bi-blade. So yeah, if you want to really go for it, the Happy Model 0802 25,000s. If you want a little bit more of a grunty setup, the T-Motor 0803 22,000s. Either one of those motors, though, is going to be a lot better than the BetaFPV 1102s that it's got on 1S. Those BetaFPV 1102s get really good on 2S. On 1S, they don't make much sense. They're just too low of a KV. Verity says, thanks for all the answers. You're certainly welcome. Thanks for the good questions. And Glenn Burnett says, what are your thoughts on the 5-inch 1 Happy Model 12 amp? 5-in-1. 5-in-1. Not 5-inch 1. 5-in-1? What the hell is that, Glenn? 5-in-1? What does that mean? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that refers to. Tell me more. What time is it? 10:52. Let's do. I put 11:04 in the 661 says it's the AIO with VTX. They all have VTXs. Which AIO with VTX? John Goblin says 5-in-1 means it has a built-in VTX and RX. Yeah, I realize that, but they all do. Like, they all have built-in VTX and RX. Yeah, we need to be more specific. There's the Diamond. There's the regular one. There's the X12. A couple of people saying X12. I don't know. That's yeah, Glenn. I need Glenn to specify. Did you guys see that beeping? I think that was Markiplier. Felix is down here watching Markiplier. Glenn Burdett says 1 to 2S with VTX. So I think if it's 1 to 2S, I think that is the X12. It's interesting. I think that AIO is more for toothpicks than tiny whoops, to be honest. And that's what I'm going to be doing with mine, is building a 1S toothpick. Finally, you guys have been bugging me forever to do that with it. So that'll be cool. That'll be interesting. I don't really understand it for a tiny whoop, although that's back before I realized that it could do 2S. So as 2S, it becomes a little bit more interesting. I would not trust a Happy Model AIO on 2S, though, to be really honest. What's up, Bad Habit? How are you? All right, cool. So let's do a couple of minutes of work on this Cinesplore, and then we'll dive into the giveaways. But I put it in the title of the stream, so I feel like I need to at least do a little something. And everybody kind of knows that the giveaways happen a little bit after 11 o'clock. So the VHB, it looks like, has held on this little Crossfire Nano hanging out here, so that's good. So I think all I really need to do at this point is keep putting motors on. Just put more and more and more and more motors on this damn thing. So let's get that going. I took these Brother Hobby 2004s off so I can use them like this as a guide to how long I need to, or how short rather, I need to cut these motor wires. So that's what I'm doing there. And you know what, let me start batching stuff. Okay. And there we go. Man, I can even tell in OBS how much better the bench cam looks in 1080. I don't think I can tell that the DSLR looks better. Although my OBS window is pretty small. I assume that you guys can really tell that the bench cam looks a lot better now at the new spot here on the new computer, outputting 1080 instead of 720. What do you guys think about the DSLR? Those of you that were here yesterday, that was the old camera, the old digital SLR on 720. Today is a slightly newer DSLR on 1080. I think it's on 1080. OBS is being a little weird. I always like to strip these little thin, skinny ass wires with my fingernails, because your fingernails are only ever going to push through the silicone. They're never going to nick the inner strands of wire. So it's a little bit safer to do it this way. And arguably it's faster because, you know, your fingernails are attached to your fingers. So you can just drive it in there. Just make sure that you really drive your fingernail in, because when you're pulling, you can pull these wires right off the windings. They're not super strong on there. Alright. Kick on my little fan here that Frank Nicholas actually sent a while back. Very cool of him. And let's get the disgusting wood block out here. And one of these strands just caught on the wood block and bent. Alright, now we're good. Alright, cool. So we got one. Let's move on to the next. I might need to trim down. Yeah, you know, I'm going to trim down just a little bit of this extra shrink wrap here. Some motors will have a little bit more of this protective shrink wrap here, and on 3-inch and 3.5-inch frames, if you're using arm LEDs, it can get a little bit tight. So sometimes you'll need to do this in order to have your wire runs be proper. So just something to kind of keep an eye on. Alright, we're almost there. Let's just keep going around here. And I'm just taking off like a millimeter. I really don't need to take much off of here. Just enough for these wires to bend upwards for the to hook up to the pads on the LED race wires. The LED race wires that you're going to want are made by Flywoo, and they are 9 millimeters wide by 15 millimeters long. Those are really the only ones that can withstand like big amp 4S into 5S into I think also 6S. And they're also short enough. Most race wire LEDs are 20 millimeters or 25 millimeters long. And on a 3-inch build, that tends to be a little bit too long for the arms, and you end up having to like really cram them on there, and it just kind of sucks. They're already kind of a pain in the ass to install. So yeah, if they're a little bit too long, it becomes like infinitely more frustrating. Alright, here we go, and last one. Cool, so we're all set with the second motor, and of course I just immediately accidentally grabbed one of the little strands of wire. Let's fix that. Come on now. What's happening? There we go. Is that all set? Yeah, it is. Veritas User says, there's nothing like a good pair of strippers to keep your motors spinning. Infinity Loops is in the house. What's up, homie? He says, what's good, bro? What's good is living in a house after over 20 years of living in apartments. That's what's good. Yeah, I moved in with my girlfriend last Wednesday, and it's been a blast ever since. And it kind of knocked me out of FPV stuff for a little bit here, and I'm getting the new studio set up and lots to do. But man, is it fun, and I'm a lucky boy. So that's what's up, man. Glad you came on by. You should come by Wednesday night. I'm not doing any tiny whooping tonight, but I am going to be flying a bunch Wednesday. Every Wednesday, I call those streams Whoop Wednesday. So yeah, this Wednesday is going to be the first time that we fly around this big, beautiful new house, and it should be interesting. I don't really know. I don't really have any like lines or anything like that I've figured out here yet. Although I kind of try to not do that. I try to not just fly the same line over and over again. That's not really freestyle, in my opinion. But yeah, it'll be cool to kind of play around and figure out some cool little areas. I already have some in mind. I've flown the house a couple of times, but nothing too Nothing too crazy. So yeah, this Wednesday will be fun. Hold on, let me turn off the dehumidifier because, man, when it comes on, it is loud as hell. All right, cool. I don't know if it's come on yet during this stream. Felix, you fall asleep? You sleeping? They fell asleep. Markiplier was apparently very boring, and they fell asleep. Glenn Burnett says, I'm trying to put that on a newbie drone mosquito frame. I'm doing the exact same thing, Glenn. Bed Habit says, what's up? And, all right, we're caught up. Glenn Burnett says, it looks way better dynamic range. I think the difference in dynamic range is down to me playing around with the lights a little bit, because I think it's a very similar sensor. That's interesting. You noticed that, though. That's interesting. Infinity Loop says, congrats, man. That's epic. Thank you, brother. Very cool. Come by and check it out. Awesome, man. Yeah. A good pair of strippers to keep your motor spinning. Yeah, hell yeah. Infinity Loops is the reason that to be honest, he's the reason that I bought the Mobula 7 ELRS in the first place. And then he's also the reason that I kind of put it back together, and it still lives, because it's his preferred setup, and he's a great pilot. And yeah, I don't like it. I don't like the 75mm frames. They gain weight over the 65s. And I'm just a super ultra weight nerd. I was really hoping that the increase in prop size would act like a bigger parachute, but I've not noticed that. All I notice is that it's heavier and it slides around more, and I don't like that. I want these things to be, now that we've got power, now that we've got motor and prop and batteries that actually make semi-decent power on these tiny whoops, I'm trying to do dumb shit, I'm trying to do all big inverted, like stalled out crazy shit. And when I'm not flying in a warehouse, it's really hard to do that stuff consistently. And the lightweight 65s, basically the Mobula 6 on the 30,000 kV 0702s, that's it. Like those get the job done better than anything else when I'm the one flying. So it's yeah, I don't know. Every pilot is different, though. There are no right or wrong answers. I really try my best when I make recommendations to you guys to make sure that you understand that, this is what works for me. Might not work for you. So yeah, I tend to be a pretty opinionated person, but I really try my best to put that disclaimer on everything. Although, realistically, you should know that, like, people should know that disclaimer exists across the board, right? Even if somebody's like, "Oh, these are the best motors ever," like, you should know that, like, they're the best ever in that person's opinion, right? Like, nobody is ever saying, unless they are, I guess, that this is the best ever for everyone, and anybody that uses anything other than this is an asshole and should be beaten with a hammer, right? Like, people don't usually say that. It's pretty rare that people say that, but, who knows? All right, so this one is the shortest, so I'm going to put this one in the rear. Yeah, this is the shorty guy, so I'm going to put this in the rear, because the rear wire runs are a little bit longer, so it's a little bit more forgiving. In case this is a little bit too short. Let's get it going. I'm moving lights around, and I've got a light that's like right next to me right now, and it's kind of driving me insane, if I'm honest. But it's going to be all right. We going to be all right. So when I'm soldering these up with these really short little wire runs, I actually do the center, the middle wire first, because if you do one of the side wires first, what's going to happen is the motor is going to want to sit in that direction forever. If you do the center first, and this is only when you have these absurdly short little leads coming out of the motors, yeah, when you do the center first, it allows the motor to sit in the center of the actual arm. It's a little subtle thing, but, you know, that's what she said. Wait, what? All right, there we go. All three of them are on there. Let's check our work, because I did forget to use flux. The one wire is sitting up really high on the pad, and I'm going to fix that because I don't like it. I always want the wire, I always want the silicone to hang off the side of the little PCB, and then that way the exposed strands of wire will sit down completely flat on the pad, and that's the strongest way to kind of have that. If the motor pulls really hard on that pad, it's going to pull, if this is the pad, it's going to pull sideways like that. If the motor's sitting up, it's going to add some like kind of cantilever to it, and that's how you rip a pad off. And it's a really quick and easy fix. So there it goes. And this motor is a little, yeah, this motor ended up being a little tiny bit too short, but that's actually fine. I'll be able to fix that. Just pop the VHB up and off. I was just going to do one, but that's kind of silly. Let's just knock all these out, and we are going to flux them this time. And then we're going to do some giveaways, friends. If you want to get in on tonight's giveaways, you got to hurry. You got to head over to CiottiFPV.com and join my Patreon. It's the $5, so we're going to do giveaways for the $5 tier, which is toothpick and tiny whoop stuff. The $10 tier, which is 3-inch micro brushless parts and Cinewoop parts. And then the third giveaway is for 5-inch stuff. That is my alarm telling me to practice mindfulness. Wait, what the hell happened? What are you doing? Come on. There it goes. Jesus, Logitech. Sorry, guys. Send Logitech an email and be like, yo, my buddy streams and he uses your C910 and it sucks. Fix the focus problems, you morons. It seems to really look for skin tones, which is why, like, when I put my hand in there, like, typically autofocus just looks for contrast. I mean, like, that's how autofocus works, is it looks for contrast. And then it tries to draw, basically, it moves the focus around until there's as crisp of a line as possible between the brights and the darks of the contrast. Well, what can happen, especially with webcams, right, which are typically pointed at people's faces, is that if you've got like a wall behind you with a lot of contrast, the autofocus algorithm can see that contrast and do what's called back focusing and focus on the back wall rather than on your face. So a lot of these companies will build in to the autofocus algorithm. They'll make it look for like skin tone and try to focus on the skin tone. And I think that's the deal with these Logitech cameras. I think the reason why their focus, why they have such a hard time staying in focus here on my Workbench is because, yeah, they're looking for skin tone and not finding it. Sure would be nice, though, if they just put a little checkbox on their software that says, like, hey, are you going to be pointing this at your face or anything else to turn that part of it off, right? Like, because obviously most people use webcams to point at their face, but certainly not everybody, right? And like, it's more than likely a box that they can just uncheck buried in the software, right? Like, wherever you have it, who knows? I don't know computer things. I'm not going to pretend like I do. Alright, we're doing good. Last one, and then we're going to jump into the giveaways for the night. I have not looked at chat. I apologize. I will get caught up in a second. There we go. Wednesday night stream is a little earlier than this. It's at 8 o'clock Eastern. This stream starts at 10 o'clock Eastern, for anybody wondering. Should say at the bottom of the screen, though. Let's see. Okay, now that one looks like ass. All right, we got to fix that outer, but then we're going to be fine. It's just, it doesn't have quite enough solder on it. So we're going to bring our little solder spool over here. We're going to hold the wire in place. It's in a good position. We're going to put the tip of the tweezers down against the carbon fiber, and then we're just going to grab the wire itself. This is going to hold the wire perfectly still. And then we can just add a little bit of solder to the tip of the iron. Come onto the pad. And there we go. Much better. And always inspect your work. Much better. If you don't have one of these little 5X loops, you're out of your mind. Get one. Scroll down into the description of this video and all my videos, and there's a little tools section. And it's not just a picture of me. It's tools that you should have with affiliate links. Hey, I've got affiliate links over on CiottiFPV as well. If you're buying some FPV stuff, I might have a link that'll get me free money that I can put into buying more stuff to test for you beautiful bastards. Let's get caught up on the chat. Speaking of beautiful bastards. 661 says, when will you stream from inside the treehouse? As soon as we get the backyard taken care of. The backyard is a bit of a beast right now. It's overgrown with kudzu and mosquitoes. It is just vicious out there with the mosquitoes. It's really, really, really bad. So if I can find enough time, I have what I need to really go back there and attack it. I got a Milwaukee string trimmer, which is a fucking beast. And I also got a brush clearing blade for it. It's basically just a big ass saw blade that you can put on a string trimmer that does a hell of a job mashing through. It'll get through like tree branches that are like this big. It's pretty impressive. So yeah, if I can find the time and energy, I would love to go out there. But good God, it's going to take a lot of time, a lot of time. I have a funny feeling that at some point we're just going to have a landscaping company come in and just attack it. Just, you know, hey, can you guys come and spend 2 hours just doing as much as you possibly can? I don't know. It's Maggie and I both have an awful lot going on, so it's and inside the house that we're working on, focusing on. It doesn't make a ton of sense to go ballistic on the outside of the house when we don't really have time to spend out there quite yet, but it'll get knocked out, and then that treehouse will be fun to fly through. But right now, if I crash out there, it's gone. Like, it's going to take me forever to find it. The backyard is also on a bit of a slant. So slant plus just overgrown kudzu equals, like, yeah, I'm never going to find the damn thing. I mean, I would, but it would just be annoying. So, soon, but not super soon. Veritas Weasel says, I heard what you said in the last broadcast about not building subscriptions. I have to say you have the best show around. Thank you, brother. I think I'm surprised you don't have 6 million subscribers. This is a pretty niche thing that I've got going, right? All custom build stuff. Most people are looking for, let's be honest, when most people come on YouTube, they're looking for FPV people, they're looking for reviews of bind and flies. and I'll never do that. I don't enjoy doing reviews. So yeah, I'm not going to do it. So, you know, here it's completely based on building your own. A lot of what I do is surrounding micros, right? So again, niche within a niche. And it's all long form content here. And people are resistant to long form content because they think that they can get the same information in little 60-second shorts. And, you know, they're wrong, but it's really hard to explain that to them. Yeah, short form content is fun, but it's dangerous because you're missing all the context. You're just getting the tiniest little chunk of that person's very specific opinion with no disclaimers anywhere. So you got to be super careful, right? Like, you got to make sure that you really remind yourself that, like, hey, I'm getting no context. I have no idea if this person is a good pilot or a shitty pilot or a long-range pilot or a freestyle pilot or a cinematic pilot. You know, I don't know if this is the first thing that they've tested or the 100th, right? And you're also missing the entire discussion of, like, why they formed those opinions, right? So, yeah, careful with short form content. It's rife with opportunities to waste your hard-earned money. So yeah, there's a lot of things that I do that are out of the norm and that are not really popular. So that's why the sub count is pretty low. But what's super interesting is that this channel makes way more money than most of the people that have 10 times as many subscribers, because the people that have found me in our little community here that we call ourselves the Collective, you know, we're people that understand the value of, like, this type of content, to be really honest. And yeah, it's interesting, like, having a YouTube, like, having your approach be like, I just need to get as many views and as many subscribers as possible. Like, you got to stop and be like, well, why? Right? Like, why is that the goal? Is it because my life is a popularity contest and that's all I care about? If it is, and if that's what makes you feel good, that's great. I love that for you. That's not me. I could give a fuck. If I would rather have one really good friend than 100 medium friends, right? And so, you know, for me, it's about doing really cool stuff, doing really good stuff, and surrounding myself with a group of people that are awesome. You know, when you open yourself up to 100,000 subscribers, when you walk around, if you meet 100 people, at least one of those 100 people is going to be a complete piece of garbage, top to bottom, total piece of garbage. Just like, please put that person on a spaceship and blast them off to Mars, because they do not deserve to be on this planet with me, right? 1 in 100. Realistically, probably more than 1 in 100, but let's just say 1 in 100 for the time being. Now you get a channel with 100,000 subscribers. That's a lot of garbage people, right? And I don't deal well with garbage people. I do not deal with negative comments very good. And so, yeah, I really, truly prefer having a much smaller channel with awesome people on it. And, you know, I tend to be loudmouth politically, and, you know, people can't stand that, so they just bail, right? Cancel culture. And that's fine. You know, to be honest, I kind of don't want those people around anyway. If they're so upset with something that I've said, because I really do tone it down a shitload here on the live stream. So if I say something on the live streams that you absolutely can't handle and you have to be a cancel culture jackass, love that you're leaving. So yeah, I won't ramble anymore because we got to do giveaways. Damn it, it's 11:20. Jory FPV says, "Did you stop using the soldering goop?" I didn't, but in this particular case, it just doesn't really make much sense to use it. The soldering goop is mainly for like if you've got a PCB and there's not really a great way of holding the PCB. I guess technically I could have pushed those motors into the soldering goop, but I like to put the motors side by side on that little wood thing, and it just gives me the perfect little spot to come in. Basically, if you're in a situation where the thing that you're soldering to is going to want to move around, that's when the soldering goop is great. Putting the motors on the side of the little wood block like that, they really don't move around. So there's no advantage to, and there's the advantage is being able to line them up. With the soldering goop, you got to put one. I would have had to put one motor into it, solder it up, take it out, grab another motor, put that into it. So, right. So yeah, I find that when you're tinning motor wires, like I was doing a minute ago, having a little block of wood or just the edge of your desk and just lining them up on the edge of your desk so you can just come in and boom, 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 and just batch it out, that's going to save you 3.5 seconds. But, you know, when you've done hundreds of builds, 3.5 seconds each time does add up to 3 minutes or whatever. And God damn it, those 3 minutes are going to be glorious. Infinity Loop says, to each their own. I love to see all the different builds and combos people end up with. Yeah, me too. Me too. Danish Stallion says, good night, everyone. Thanks for hanging out, brother. Very cool of you to come on by. YouTube just did the thing, scrolling back up. Got to get caught up on chat before I do the giveaways. Metal Hurtson says, no, we got that. Logitech Focus fail. That ship has sailed. Logitech lost me as a customer a long time ago. Great Southern says, can I ask you to do a stream shout out and see if anyone knows where to get the steel flexi cable for the SMO 4K. It's the one from the sensor to the PCB. So there you guys go. If anybody knows, hey, by the way, I'm doing a new thing where if you're watching this live stream on replay, you can leave a comment and I'm going to talk about it. So every single live stream, I'm going to go to the previous live stream and I'm going to go through the comments and I'm going to read the comments live. And if there's a question, we're going to talk about it. So yeah, if you're watching this on replay and you want to be involved, all you got to do is leave a comment. So yeah, if you're watching this on replay and you know the answer, you know where to find the steel flexi cable for the SMO 4K, which is the cable that goes from the sensor to the PCB, leave it in the comments, and then Great Southern FPV and RC will hopefully read those comments and see them. The only comment on yesterday's video is Fat Pastor. He says, I almost always watch later at night or while driving. Love the Tiny Whoop testing, tuning, and flying. Awesome. Thank you, Fat Pastor, for the feedback. Last night I had asked you guys, like, hey, what do you want to see more of? Because I'm building this studio out. Maybe if you want to see more of something that makes sense to change the studio around, it's a good time to do it. So there you go. Ernesto says, what is that? CiottiFPV. I don't know. What is Death Wheel? What are you guys saying, Death Wheel? What's Death Wheel? Glenn Burnett says, for a toothpick, do you prefer Mini Mortal T or the whip antenna for the Crossfire Nano RX? Mini Mortal T. Make sure you get the V2 though. The V2 Mini Mortal T is amazing. Terminal Insanity says, be careful how you hold the weed whacker while you're using the disc. Kickback can be scary. That's interesting. That's scary. 661 says, go down to Home Depot, pick up some laborers. That's an interesting idea. Kevin Sumner says, I hate YouTube shorts. I actually really like Instagram reels, but mainly the Instagram reels that I watch are kittens. So I don't get any info from them, and I don't think you should either. Imp FPV says, be honest, it's a cult. Yeah. 661 says, goat fun for CiottiFPV. They get a goat and he'll eat all the kudzu. Fuck, Maggie better not be watching this right now. Denzo the Terrible says, rent a flamethrower to deal with the black backyard. There we go, that's it. Glenn Burnett says, most people are garbage. Marcel Offexes says, you still rock. Thank you, brother. He's curious about a build. Does an onboard HD recording camera, RunCam hybrid, pull more amps than a basic FPV camera? Just barely. Just barely. but it's not enough to have any impact on runtime. Journey Droid says, can't wait to see you in person. Uncensored CiottiFPV must be intense. It's pretty much everyone I've ever met in person that watches these streams, the feedback that I get afterwards is, holy shit, he's exactly the same way that he is on the streams. It's because, like, on a whole bunch of occasions over the last 2.5 years that I've been doing this, that, like, I've asked you guys for feedback and, like, hey, what do you want me to do? The most popular thing that people say is, do exactly what you want to do, because that's when you're happy and funny, and that's what we like to watch. So that's what this stream is. Like, this stream is literally like, I do the builds that I think are interesting, I test the stuff that I think is interesting, and go figure that I enjoy myself when I'm doing it. So yeah, that's when you meet me in person, if you're expecting me to be different than what you see on the streams, you're gonna be disappointed. But I've yet to have somebody that's actually, like, disappointed. Everybody's like, it's so cool to see somebody that's in person is the same person as they are on the internet, right? Because, like, when you're different on the internet versus in person, there's a chance that you can be shittier in person. And I think a lot of times people kind of are, because when they're on YouTube, like, they gotta act right because you gotta get all the goddamn subscribers you can. Whereas I just don't fucking care. Like, if you like this, awesome, stick around. If you don't, fuck off. Like, I don't want to force anybody to be here, right? I want you to be here because you want to be here. So I'm just gonna be exactly the person that I am. And if anything, I'm probably more nuts on these live streams than I am in real life. But yeah. Glenn Burnett says, cool about the previous live stream thing. A lot of times I can't make it in time to have something going on. Awesome. Yeah, I want you guys to be able to, that have things. Yeah. Glenn Burnett also says, we're ready for your mailbag. Hey, we can actually, I actually do have some mailbag things that we can do. You guys can stare at my mailbag for hours if you'd like, if you're into that kind of thing. Sad news today, actually, and then we're gonna do the giveaways. I'm so sorry that I'm taking forever to get to the giveaways, but kind of, sort of sad. Not kind of, sort of, like, for sure sad news today. FPV Crate has closed their web store, so they stopped doing the subscription boxes last month. But they'd said, like, hey, we're gonna keep the website open because we have some really cool stuff, and they do. But yeah, and I didn't hear. I'm on, like, a private chat with those guys, Artem and James, and I hadn't seen them talking about that in a private chat, so that actually came as a little bit of a surprise. And yeah, that sucks. I was hoping that they would stick around and keep the website going on. But times is tough, man. Their cost on all the stuff that they're selling has doubled. And yeah, I mean, that makes it really hard. So it's a shame, but yeah, they had a really good run. The FPV Crate they were the ones that survived, right? They were the only subscription box that survived because they were the best one. And I was honored to be given the opportunity to work with them and help them with a lot of their micro boxes. And it was awesome that they sent me a box every month to review and open and whatnot. So everything, though, they were a part of GetFPV, though, so everything that they had is also on the GetFPV website. So yeah. CBCBR says, I love your attitude. I'm the same way. Thank you, brother. We need more people like that, to be honest. King Turkey says, do you ever try them Tattoo 1S BT 2.8 batteries? I give it, yeah, all the time. King Turkey, they're great. They're the same as the Weebleed FPVs, but that's a good thing because those are awesome. So yeah, thanks for those, man. Super cool of you. I've flown the shit out of them. FPJV says, just be you. We're all here for your gangly antics. Hell yeah, man. Glenn Burnett says, I'm curious about the Tattoo 1S. They're great. 661 says, FPV Crate cloned Sound Cubed Audio's logo. That's interesting. Veritas Uza says, don't forget to check for new Patreon subscribers, bud. All right, cool. We're caught up. It's time for some giveaways. Let me hop in here, and we're going to do some Patreon shout-outs. Jim Leopardi has become a patron on the 5-inch tier. Thank you very much, Jim. Welcome to the collective. We've also got Dan Mullinger jumping on to what I believe is the $10 a month Micro and Cinewoop tier. Welcome, Dan. And then, oh, Dan didn't join. He just edited his pledge. He changed tiers. Very cool. And then we've got Emo, E-M-O-E, jumping on to the Tiny Whoop and Toothpick tier. Welcome, my man. And I think that gets us caught up. Although I was saving an email. I wanted to give somebody a shout out. It was like 2 weeks ago. It's going to be buried though, isn't it? I'm going to take 3 more seconds to look for it. And then I'll flag it next time I see it. It's gone. I'll find it next time. All right, we're going to dive into the giveaways here. Hey, does anybody happen to have... This is a long shot, but these are becoming harder to find. I'm still only on a single monitor setup, but it's because something actually shit the bed in the move, and it's this 80s this analog to digital converter box. Unfortunately, I use old ass Mac monitors because they're great and they work really well, but you have to drive them from this stupid ass DVI to ADC adapter. And yeah, this one shit the bed, and I don't really think it's worth it to try to fix it per se. But yeah, it's this Apple DVI to ADC adapter. So it's got DVI here, power in, and then out. So there. Does anybody happen to have one of these floating around? Or I don't know. I was hoping to find one on Facebook Marketplace local, which is where I bought this one from actually, but I couldn't find any. I'll probably just end up snagging one on eBay. But yeah, it's the DVI to ADC adapter. If anybody has one of these sitting around, I'll buy it off you for sure. This one's all hot. Maybe it's just the Beck that died in it. I don't know. I'm not going to rip it apart. Apple makes their stuff kind of hard to take apart anyway. Kevin Sumner says, are you using that old monitor for color or editing or something? No, they're just what I have, and I think they're cool looking. And yeah, everything I have here is like white, and like white monitors are Apple. So, and they're expensive. So yeah, I have these. They're great. They're 23. They're 16:9. They're totally fine. Denzo the Terrible says, I have 2 of the newer power adapters. Let me check if they have the right connector. Cool. Thank you. Thank you, Dan. All right, let's do some giveaways. I need to... Oh. So all of the giveaway windows are on the old computer. And they're all pre-populated. Shit. So... Oh, God. How did I even have that? I didn't even think about this. This is what I'm talking about. Like, there's stuff on that old computer that I've forgotten about, and yeah. Shit. So I need to. There was a very specific way. I have to look at it. There was a very specific way that I had to do it in order for it to capture all the right people. Patreon makes it easy, but it's not. They don't make it that easy. So I think I can just do this and then active and then. So I think. No. I can't just use the tier button. I have to use the dollar amount field. So that's what it is. So I have to. Come on, man. Turn on. So I have to go from $5 to $9.90. Nope. From $5 to $9. Will it really not let me do a decimal point? Okay. From $5 to $9, I need to apply that filter. So that's going to give me, I think, and then I need a new window. And then I got to change the filters. And I got to go from $10 to $19. And then another new one. And now we got to go from 20 to like whatever, 1 million. Active, all tiers. Yeah, because it's I've had a person or two that got confused on the tier thing, and they were like, you can like donate but not be on a tier, and you can do that by accident. So yeah, I don't want that to happen. Okay, so I just need to confirm. Oh, balls. So the old computer does not have, it's so old that it does not have Wi-Fi built in. And so there's no internet connection. So I'm just going to assume that I did this right. And I needed to turn that on anyway because I need to look up the URL for the raffle thing. And it's raffle.pokeyfpv.com. Hey, all right, so that's good to go. Second window, third window, fourth window. Okay, so 4 of those, and then I got to bring one of these over here, one of these over here, and then there's 2 in a row. All right, so I think, set back up here. Let me just pull this out and move that around. Okay, so should be okay. Let me get caught up on chat again now. Glenn Burnett says, what camera and canopy would you use for toothpick with a newbie drone mosquito? I'm just gonna use the Goober canopy, but I'm gonna do the build here on the channel, so we'll talk more about it. I don't actually know. I've not really dug into those canopies before. The toothpick canopies. So yeah, I don't have an answer rooted in like usage quite yet. All right, so we're gonna come here and I'm gonna kick a CSV out for the first group, and let me make sure that it looks right. Come on, just open the goddamn spreadsheet. There you go. Okay, so how many people are in here? Yep, that looks right. Okay, cool. So this is good to go. This is the $5 tier. So you guys just have, since I don't have 2 monitors, you guys just have to watch my big dumb face do this. We will, once the second monitor is going, I'll be able to play flight footage. Actually, play your guys' flight footage during this part of the giveaway live stream. Which is something that I do over on the Discord channel. One of the perks for joining Patreon is you get access to the Discord channel, and there's a text channel in there called something where you can put your flight edits. And yeah, I think it's called I don't know. I did that whole, like, if I say I think it's called, maybe I'll remember what it's called thing. You guys ever do that? But it didn't work. It did not work. What happened here? Hold on. I did this wrong. Okay. I did this wrong. So I need this one. Yeah, I did this wrong. Okay. So this one needs to be from $20 to $29, and then there's the $30 tier. Okay, hold on. So I got that. And then I need to open this window one more time. Now we're good. Okay, filters. So now we need 30 to a million. Got it. All right. So it's this one from 20 to 30. Good. CSV. And open. There it is. Okay, cool. So we got these guys. 5 people are on that $20 tier. That is the... You got the best odds. But the all tiers folks jump in there as well. So that's this one. There it is. Okay, cool. We're good. And got it. All right, so these guys get added to each of the giveaways. And we're all set up. Cool. So click submit. Click submit. Click submit. And we're going to change the timing to 6 seconds. Player 1 frame. Good. Change the timing to 6. And then we'll do the mini quad test bench crush frame. And then duration 6. And we're going to do the source 1 frame on the third one. So now all 3 raffles look a little bit different. Isn't that exciting? Probably not. More exciting for me than you guys. All right, here we go. Great Southern says I should be on the all tier. Very cool, Great Southern. I didn't specifically see you because it's your human being name in there. But yeah, as long as you're showing active, I'm sure you're good to go. Okay, so here's what we're playing for. First up is the $5 a month Tiny Whoop and Toothpick tier. We've got 3 sets of these really cool little Gemfan 2-inch 51mm 4-blade propellers. We've got the brand new Gemfan prop locket, which is just the best way to take these props, for example, off. We've got this canopy here, this Newbie Drone canopy, which I really like. We got a little whip antenna. Let's get that tier up here. There it is. All right. And nope, not using keystrokes anymore. Monitor with mic. That's the right one. Right, we're good. All right, cool. Here we go. Goats at the ready. Let's see who wins the Tiny Whoop Toothpick tier. Names are being blown away. I still see Joshua Bardwell. He just got blown away. Happy FPV. Congratulations. You have won. Where's my little thing with all my markers? There it is. Nope, that's not. Yeah. Happy FPV. Congratulations, my man. I'm going to get your info off of the Patreon channel and send you some stuff. FPVB. There we go. I should be able to read that. Awesome. Next up is the 3-inch micro brushless and Cinewhoop tier. And that is going to be a set of the best Cinewhoop props, the Gemfan 5 blades. We've got a Runcam Sparrow? This is a Sparrow, right? It's this Runcam nano camera. I'm pretty sure it's the Sparrow. I could be wrong, though. Why can't I think of the name of the damn thing? Whatever. It's this RunCam Nano Cam. It's awesome. I absolutely love it. And then we've got a JHE MCU 40 amp 2 to 6S 20x20 ESC. And that is over here. And let's see who wins. Great Southern says, last name you took time to get correctly on my last giveaway in the live stream. Patrick Scott, P. Richard Scott has won. Congratulations, my man. Write your info down here. And he's coming over on Thursday to paint, so I can give it to him then. Save on shipping. Patrick Scott. Gotta write that down, otherwise I'll totally forget. Congratulations, brother. I'm gonna put that aside since I don't have to ship it. And there we go. All right, now we got the 5-inch tier. We got some serious stuff coming out. Phoenix, that's it. Phoenix. Thank you, John. It's the Phoenix Nano. Hold on. I was reading while things were happening. Great Southern says, the last name you took time to get correctly on the last giveaway live stream. Awesome. 5-inch tier. Wait. Oh yeah. Yeah, I gotta be honest. This Stream Deck. I don't know what I didn't know what I was missing. We've got one of these big ass SMA antennas. This is an Axie 2. We've got a China Hobbyline fuel cell Rotor Riot battery. This is the 4S 1500. We've got, it looks like 2 sets of these Dow Cyclone 5145C propellers. And then the big item is Joshua Bardwell's frame, his new frame, the QAV S. I don't know what it's called. It's this one. You guys know it. It's Joshua's new frame with these very cool arms in a Ziploc bag. So there you guys go. And for the record, yes, the battery does match the standoffs. That was not by accident. When every other Monday, when I'm getting ready to do these live streams, I got a big box where I keep all the giveaway stuff, and I go into that box and I put way too much thought into it to try to like pick things that'll work together, or in this case, things that will match. Maybe you guys are into that kind of thing. Maybe not. It's not Tuesday yet here. Still got 10 more minutes before it's Tuesday. So we better hurry. This button. And away we go. Wait, no. It's this one. Here we go. There's everybody. Let's see who wins. Source 1 frame is blowing them tickets away. The only one left is Gator FPV. Congratulations, brother. I'm gonna write your info down. Grab your address off Patreon and send you some stuff. Gator FPV. Awesome. Congratulations, brother. Now we're going to do a super chat giveaway. It is $5 to get on the wheel once, $10 to get on the wheel twice. You can do that via super chat, or you can go to CiottiFPV.com, scroll down, there's a PayPal button. PayPal doesn't take anything. Super chats 30% gets taken by YouTube and Google. It's on you. You can do either, whichever works for you. And here's the stuff that you're playing for. First and foremost, it's a set of these Flash Hobby 2207 and a half 1950 kV motors. It's also a 0 degree RunCam session mount from Brain 3D. Shout out to Brain 3D. They're one of my few but amazing sponsors. We got some more stuff. Those are big boy motors with a ton of stator volume. So it's going to be a set of these. Tell me I'm not. Son of a bitch. All right. Set of Flash Hobby 2207.5 1950 kV motors. Let's just drop all the things. 0 degree session mount. Really nice to have in your bag. Really, really, really nice to have in your bag. A set of the Gemfan Flash 5152s. This is a crazy amount of pitch. Big, gnarly propeller. I think these motors might have just enough stator volume to really control these motors well. If you have a QX7, this is a screen protector for it. If you don't, I'll just put it right back in the stash. An Immortal L Crossfire antenna, just because it was sitting on the floor. Speaking of Brain 3D, very cool looking little keychain, 3D printed full rainbow keychain. The print quality of this is just hysterical. If you want it, a full size Runcam Swift 2. If you've got a build or a frame that takes these gigantic full size cameras, this is all you. If not, if anybody in chat, how about this? Whoever wins the giveaway, if they don't want this, if anybody in chat wants this, let me know, and it's yours. There are not many frames still around that use these gigantic cameras. So I don't think many people want or need this, but if somebody does and the person that wins doesn't want it, it's probably all yours. And then your choice of antennas. There's a big long boy, big long SMA. There's a 90-degree MMCX, and then there's a straight MMCX. Your choice of either of these three antennas to the winner. Ready, go. Oh, hey, also a little GoPro box. It's empty. Well, I mean, it's not empty, but it's just got stupid stuff in it. It's got like an extra little mount and the little thingy. But this new box is really nice that they give you the GoPros in, but you don't really need more than one of them. But look at this thing. It's like really nice. Nice looking. Got a nice little zipper action. Really nice box. I have one, which is why I don't want this one. And I use it for all of my action cameras, basically. So I got the Hero 6. This is all the shit to do the naked GoPro. These are my two really good Session 5s. This is a super beat up one, and then the Insta360 Go 2. Usually, actually. So yeah, this is the full baller setup for this box. Gotta get the and there's one more session that I put in there, and I guess this can hang out here. But yeah, excellent little case that they give you nowadays. But no real reason for more than one of the damn things, you know? So yeah, if you want it, it's all yours to the winner. Know what I'm saying? Okay. Let me get this stuff moved around a little bit here. And let's start adding folks to the thing. Here we go. FPV raffle, and let me get my email up here. All right, cool. Edward Ashley got in early because he had to go, and he sent $10 for the Monday giveaways. Usually I make you guys wait, but he's an OG, so we'd be making an exception for him. All right, got him on the wheel. Next, we've got John Godwin going on the wheel 2 times. Thank you, John, for the support. And there we go. Next up, John Ray, Mr. Metal Dirtskin, sending $10 over. He's going on the wheel 2 times. Thank you, brother. Once and twice. And then we've got a little bit of Kevin Sumner. Wow. Kevin Sumner has got 99 problems and sent $99, but a quad ain't one. And he says, respin, please. Jesus, Kevin, thank you so much. Very, very generous. My God, you guys are always the best. So we're going to put respin on the wheel 2 times for Kevin Sumner. Damn, dude, thank you. Jesus, very, very cool. And then Aaron C. with a $5 PayPal. He's going on the wheel 1 time. Thank you, Aaron, for the support. Good job on having a similar first name and last initial to me. Jesus, Kevin, thank you, man. Fucking wild. Metal Dirtson says, I really like the BQE pickpocket canopy. They have that on Thingiverse as well. I have not done the TPU canopy thing yet. I probably should, but I've not gone down that rabbit hole yet. I have a feeling I will at some point. Ed K says, put that huge camera in an FPV wing. You know, all the wing guys are doing Vistas now, which makes an awful lot of sense. Kevin Sumner says, PayPal, got it. Metal Dirtson says, PayPal. Also have one of those full-size cameras and nothing to put it in. I know, right? Aaron FPV says, PayPal sent. Thank you, brother. Metal Dirtson says, that's $1 a problem. Brandon McBean says, Ishin, oh, nice. Ishin Wizard turd polished up to a high luster. Weird PIDs, but tuned up overall. Pretty nice. With a Mamba stack on 431 RPM filtering, and is actually flying nicely now. Why were the PIDs, like, what's the weirdness in the PIDs? I gotta know. Great Southern says, sent you a PayPal. Let me get mail back open here. Ooh, there we go. Awesome. Oh, so somebody did an e-check. Interesting. What is an e-check from Australia? Is this somebody from Fiverr? I get the feeling this is somebody from Fiverr. Is this one of you guys that did the Jake Lintron Terry? Are you in chat? Jake, if you're in chat, tag me and tell me that you're the one. I feel like this might be for a Fiverr gig that I'm doing tomorrow. I'm gonna mark this unread, and I'm gonna look at it tomorrow. Oh wait, no, here we go. Here we go. No, here we go. Okay, I see what. Wow, PayPal, you made this way more confusing than it needs to be. Jake, what's your YouTube name? Where are you at in YouTube? Is that you, Great Southern? Great Southern, is this you? Jake Peter Lintron Terry sent $33.42 US dollars, and he says, "Hey, I can actually read your comment now. Put me down twice and do what you need with the rest, brother. Thank you so much. I think that's you, Great Southern. Thank you so much, dude. Very, very cool. There it is. Okay, yeah, it is you. All right, we figured it out. So I'm gonna put you in as your YouTube name. Most people prefer me to do that. So you're going on the wheel once and twice. Thank you, Great Southern. And all right, good to go. Yeah, the e-check thing threw me off because I couldn't read the it wouldn't let me read the comment. So I was like, well, shit. Who's this for? But that's totally fine. It's PayPal followed it up with an email that was normal. Yeah, normal with the info. Paul McDonald with a $5 super chat giveaway, please. He's going on the wheel once. Thank you, Paul. And I think we're winding down. If you want to get in on this, hurry up and do a super chat or do a PayPal, because in about 30 seconds we're going to spin the wheel and somebody's going to win a whole bunch of stuff and some big boy motors. PayPal always does this. It's interesting. That's weird. My guess would be is that it's because your PayPal is not connected to a bank account, maybe? Is it maybe hooked up to only a credit card, I guess, and that's why it's doing it? I don't know. Again, anybody that's just coming in, this giveaway is for a set of GemFan 5152s, a full set of 4 Flash Hobby 2207.5 1950 kV motors, a 0° session 5 mount, your choice of one of 3 antennas, QX7 screen protector if you want it, Brain 3D keychain, a big ass full size camera if you want it, and and also a set of CiottiFPV grip tape transmitter grips for whatever transmitter you've got, in whatever color you've got. I have to figure out why I keep sending a Z-check. That's interesting. Glenn Burnett, I think I've got you on here. Let me make sure. Nope. Hold on. Hey, there it is. There it is. Glenn Burnett sent $5. He's going on the wheel once. Thank you, Glenn. I just realized that this computer does not give me the little notifications up in the corner on top of everything else when emails come through. I'm sure that's a setting in notifications, probably. System preferences. Where the hell do they put notifications? Notifications and focus. Oh, right. I turn them all off. Even on my phone, I turn all this stuff off. So I want mail, and then I want allow, and I want banners. Okay. No, I'm going to do alerts. Banners stay until you clear them out. I want to do alerts. Show notifications on the lock screen. Okay, cool. We're getting there. Day by day, this computer gets a little bit more dialed in. All right, cool. We are good to go. Oh, Veritas Weasel. I'm glad I didn't immediately click the submit button. Veritas Weasel with a $9.99 super chat. He says, spin, baby, spin. Poppy needs new motors. Awesome. Thank you, Veritas. Oh, and Ed K is getting in on the game, too. All right, cool. So we've got Veritas going on here 2 times. And then Ed K, let me get you over here. And there we go. Ed K's going on the wheel once. And I think that'll do it. If you want to get on this, you got like 10 more seconds. You better hurry. Clicking submit. We're going to let this run a little bit longer here. And monitor with Mike. Ready, people? Somebody's going to win. That person's name is not going to get blown away. The respins are still there. There's hope. There's hope. Well, there's only one respin left. Edward Ashley's still here. Oh, it might be respin. Nope. It's a person. Ed K, congratulations. Getting in at the last second and sneaking the win in. Ed K, you got some work to do. You need to message me over on Instagram or Facebook or email or wherever. All my shit is on CiottiFPV.com. Shoot me a message. Say, hey, it's Ed K. I won the giveaway. But wait, first, in the chat here, do you have a QX7 or do you have a friend that has a QX7 that you want this screen protector? Any stuff that you guys don't want, I put back in, and we do it in the next week. So do you want this QX7 screen protector? Do you want this gigantic full-size camera? Which antenna do you want? The long SMA boy, the straight MMCX, or the 90-degree MMCX? And that's everything. The rest of the stuff you're getting whether you like it or not. You do not have a QX7, so I'm not going to send you this unless you want me to. If you have a friend with one, maybe. I don't know. What about the antennas and the camera? Let me know. Thanks, everybody, for jumping on the giveaways. Hit me with some more FPV questions. Well, hello. Are they still sleeping?
Are you still streaming?
Yeah. In case says I have no friends. Let me know on the antennas and let me know on the full-size Runcam Swift 2. What I will say about this camera, even though it's absolutely gigantic, it's very lightweight. So if you've got a frame with like really wide front standoffs, this would probably work, and there's no real weight penalty. Good night, Felix. So groggy. Cool. Thank you, guys. Let me give you a little bag action for this. There's one. Yo, my foot is in such a horrible state. I must be like super allergic to ants or something, because I got one ant bite. And like my whole foot is all fucking swollen and just awful. And I feel like I'm getting more allergic to ants as I get older. Ed K, long SMA antenna, straight MMCX antenna, or 90-degree MMCX antenna? Which one do you want? Paul McDonald says the new 2104 Sydney motors from FPVCycle. Sorry, I got the KV wrong earlier. You mentioned the other day you were going to run them on the 3-blade. Should that be the goal? Or 5 blades okay still? So the 3 blades are going to give you a little bit longer run time, but they're going to be a lot louder. The 5 blades are what I prefer. If I'm in a scenario where I need the run time, I will run the 3 blades, but I will always prefer the 5 blades. Yeah, and they'll really work well. Glenn Burnett says, have you used the TBS 69? It's funny that you mentioned that. I will be using one on this race build, so stay tuned. I will be using one. I haven't used one yet. Kevin Sumner says, old age sucks, allergies get worse. Yeah. Right angle MMCX, and I could try to put that camera in a plane. Very cool. All right, so you're gonna get the right angle MMCX and the big old camera. Fantastic. I didn't know if anybody was gonna want this camera. I was like, man, I'm gonna have this camera for the next year. I love that somebody's gonna get it. So yeah, Ed, just message me. I'm gonna write Ed K on this package, and yeah, send me your. I need your address and your email address for the shipping, and that's pretty much it. And then, hey, for your grip tape, for your CiottiFPV grip tape grips, you can email tweet at tweetfpv@gmail.com. Nice and simple. And let them know what transmitter you've got and what color you want. He'll cut them for you, send them on out. Shout out to TweetFPV, man. I have a feeling most of you guys watch him and are already subscribed. If you're not, you need to get subscribed. He's a great content creator. He also understands the value of long-form content. So, yeah. If you're not subscribed to TweetFPV, what the hell are you doing? Hey, Ed K, you can also have this, if you want it, you can have this GoPro case thing. You want this? Any need? I was just showing it off a minute ago. Ooh, ooh. Let me know. All right, guys. It is after 12 o'clock. I'm very hungry. I'm gonna go get some food. Great questions. Great hanging, as always. Did I get everything that's in the title of the stream? GoPro Hero 10. We talked about that. 2104s, put them on. Look at me go! It's almost like I've done this once or twice before. Alright, guys. Thanks for hanging. Whoop Wednesday, 8 o'clock. We're going to be flying around the new house. Ed K says, gotta get your purple for my X9D. Awesome. Love it. Do it. Do it, do it, do it. I'm pretty sure he still has some of the purple. Be good, guys. I'll see you Wednesday night. Here's some flying. I'm going to play you a little bit more of the Blanco Brown flying. That I played at the beginning of the stream, but we're going to do it with Epidemic Sounds this time. So let me try to find some music that might... Alternative hip-hop. Perfect. Here we go. Angry Sentimental. No, that's what we want. We definitely want angry and sentimental. Is that working? All right, guys. I'll see you Wednesday. Love you. Bye-bye. Wait. End screen.